Johnny, what was your immediate reaction to seeing just a one-year deal for Taylor Hall?
So that was not unusual. I mean, it's unusual for a player of his caliber, but for Taylor specifically, there was talk that he wasn't going to go necessarily for term because he wanted to try to find the right fit. He's played on a few different teams, a player of his caliber, and hasn't found a lot of playoff success yet. So you're thinking 1 year might have made sense. He was open to it. That's not a surprise. The fact that he gets paid a whole lot for that 1 year, that's not a surprise. He's a really good player, a former MVP just a couple of years ago, and on a short-term deal, he's going to get a lot of money. So that makes sense as well. But all that conversation was predicated on him going to a winner. He goes for 1 year to play on a winner, to go to the playoffs, to chance to win the Stanley Cup, things that he has not done and has articulated the desire to do so. And so he goes to Buffalo. So for Taylor Hall, Buffalo does not check the most important box, according to him, which was the chance to win the Stanley Cup. Now, there's a lot to like for Taylor Hall about Buffalo. One, his name's Jack Eichel. The fact of the matter is Taylor Hall is going to play with Jack Eichel and have a chance to have a monster year playing with one of the best players in the world. Ralph Kruger, number two. They have a great relationship, tremendous respect both ways, and Ralph Kruger is the kind of guy that you want to play for and be around, and so it'll be an enjoyable year. Number three, if they do well, if they happen to have a good year and make the playoffs, it will reflect very well on Taylor Hall, who hasn't been around a lot of winning, and some people might wrongly, but some people might think that he's not somehow a winner because he's played on teams that haven't done that. But if it's about trying to win a Stanley Cup, then, while Taylor said Buffalo was on his list, I don't think he was at the top of his list. You know, maybe they were the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th option when he was going down teams where a one-year deal would make sense. Now, I think that the market was moving quickly. The sands were shifting under his feet, and he ended up in a spot that does make a lot of sense, except for that one very important piece.
Especially 1 year. Like, this is not the year for the Sabres, probably.
No, you're not going on a limb by saying that. They would acknowledge that as well. So, from Taylor Hall's side, a lot of it makes sense, except for that one piece. From Buffalo's side, it is not to rag on Buffalo, because for Buffalo, everything about this makes sense. Why wouldn't they? They get a great player to play with Jack Eichel. It's a one-year commitment that they can afford, and if it doesn't work out, boom. I know he has a no move, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get traded and go somewhere else. You recoup assets. If it does work out, maybe he enjoys himself. You can sign him to an extension. For Buffalo and the Sabres fans, it's a brilliant addition. But for Taylor Hall, still has me scratching my head a little bit on how he ended up in this spot.